Hello. Welcome, one and all, to the year recap. Okay. The first thing I want to bring up is Miitopia. I forgot about it last year. Long story short, it was a game that was an RPG that was like you controlled a Mii, you had party members that fought automatically, and it was a way people could upload Mii's onto the internet for you to download and have fill rules. You end up with like stupid funny rules for characters that should not be in them, like Captain Hook, the Fabulous Fairy is the only example I remember. Some of the Mii's looked amazing, like the Scooby Doo recreation. Others looked bad, like the Waluigi recreation that I chose for the main antagonist. It somehow ended with me fighting a Jesus. I don't know how that happened. It just did. Okay. Now let's talk about the Star Wars Holiday Special. I think I watched it in it was in the year. It was weird, boring. The only character I remember is Swan Dan, who I got his name off of Wikipedia. Just no, that was awful. Why would they make that? Apparently, it's some kind of '70s variety show that I don't want a bootleg copy of. Remind what the variety show from the '70s meant to be like. It's probably just slightly more entertaining. Where's fan fiction at the end of 2021? Oh yeah, like it was some like blatant self-insert of oh no, fat dude enters the Star Wars, and it's like oh no, he's fat. He's like I'm not supposed to be here. I feel in danger. Then it just becomes like a bad Doctor Who, and then I don't remember. I bet the author took it down already. Oh yeah, also a fanfic I chose to be the chose to it was like a Rick and Morty crossover that never actually had Rick and Morty in it or anything from Rick and Morty. Yeah, that thing the author got rid of it. I don't even have the author's name down. So the thing like I left a review of what is this and where does the crossover happen? When it never does, Rick and Morty are just at the end of like the story. Like, oh, this Rick dude, I'm pretty smart. Cool, lovely. No one cares for your opinion. A badly written character that the author admitted to me was badly written in a franchise I do not know or care about. We would admit to writing them wrong. I don't even know. That is like inept at a new level. It wasn't bad, it was just kind of lied to me. Alright, Star Wars The Phantom Menace. Darth Maul fight was good. The other stuff, I could not tell you what happened because I can't remember. A bunch of awkward things. It looked like they had a blue filter on them. Bad green screen, just ugly looking everything that looked shiny and like under detailed. The next movie, all I remember is Count Dooku was a thing. Anakin was older. I'd rather play the Angry Birds adaptation. Because I could tell you the plot based on that. It's about Anakin and Zen. Wrestle fight was good. Wait, I'm talking about the Angry Birds version. I cannot remember. It was like a Count Dooku fight that I've heard was embarrassingly bad, but I couldn't tell because I couldn't fully pay attention and look down the awful visuals by getting my face close to the screen because like it was awful. Star Wars, Clone Wars miniseries. I watched it right after Star Wars Attack of the Clones. I was kind of bored, just like I didn't care about these characters, Yeah, it looks cool, but I don't care about these people. Like, yeah, it was better, but like, I associate Anakin with being bored out of my mind at that point. Or associated. Star Wars Clone Wars, the movie. When I had to get up to go pee or get some water, do you know what I did? I didn't pause it, because it was some, like, stupid, I don't know if I call it full-on stupid children's movie that underestimates the intelligence of children. It had Baby Jabba the Hutt that farted, so I assume that, and introduced Ahsoka. That's the only good thing about it. I'd say it ended as being a good thing, but I can't tell you. I don't remember. Crash Bandicoot 4. I enjoyed it. Took me a while to get into it. When I got into it, I binge played it to the end. It got brutal. I had to play this hard level for like multiple hours at night. I couldn't scream in frustration. I had to like keep my voice down. It was like, but I finally beat that game. Okay, on to stuff I've watched that didn't suck. Spider-Man 90s cartoon, Sins of the Father story arc. It just felt like the Doctor Who full circle story arc, where it was like things that involved awful fathers, but like the awful fathers weren't like the main villains. They were just of the characters. Yet there were actual story beats in there, but they weren't connected. They just kind of happened. It didn't feel like you could just. It felt like I could take them out of Sins of the Father and put them in the previous season and nothing would change. Or like move them forward in their respective stuff forward or shuffle it around. Like, yeah, they happened chronologically, but like, it wasn't a story. Like, no, it was not a good story arc. Plus, there was like them tackling like, I guess like people of color problems, which I commend them on. But it feels like it borders into some kind of like slight cliche. By cliche, I mean some kind of stereotype. Although it's mainly meant to be like relatable to people of color that were on the poorer side. It helped them out. They're not bad. It felt very distinctly aiming at a specific demographic. And when it seems like the mobs and gangs in one of them, doesn't want to have one of them becoming a criminal to get money. I don't know how useful the lessons in those are, because I'd less view them as a Spider-Man episode and more as like a, is the lesson good? Because that's the level I gotta view it on. Anything else would be, I don't know, a disservice? I don't know. I don't know how to tackle touchy stuff like this. No worries, I gotta do it 2 times again on this list because, either way, it ended with Tony Stark's portal technology being something that a bunch of supervillains wanted to steal, which was a scientist who used it against Spider-Man after merging with it. The Hobgoblin and the Green Goblin, Mary Jane died. But there's something with Baron Mordo and Dormammu and Doctor Strange. It was just plot points that didn't, but it wasn't a full storyline. It was just mostly like, it didn't feel like it needed to be a story arc with a title. Oh yeah, the eShop closing. That was panicky. I'm waiting for all my Christmas money and Christmas gifts to arrive before I use any Amazon money, because like, I'm going to use it wisely when it's all there. Then after that, if I have to use my own money, I will. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012 and 87 crossover episode. I watched this one just out of curiosity. There was another one I saw as the finale, but I did not watch it. I kinda should have, because now I can't. I took it off Hulu. I could buy the whole thing for $30. I'll watch season 1 on Netflix, and if I like it, I'll buy the rest of it. Overall, I liked it. It was a bit cheesy. I didn't know what Krang was. I'm like, why does this guy look dumb, goofy, with a giant buff man body? So apparently, like, one of the Krang was stupid, but in the, like, stupid and dedicated way of, like, destroy them any way possible. I said destroy them any way possible, not go to the prime dimension and destroy it, you idiot, you're fired. That was a genuinely funny moment with a stupid character. Star Wars Clone Wars Season 1. I got bored and let it run on autoplay. Like it was Adventure Time Season 1. Just, no, I don't want to watch that. I just get bored and want to watch the later episodes. Avengers Infinity War. I liked it. It was slow, it was good. I liked Thanos. I forget if I watched it this year or next year. Avengers Endgame. I liked it as well. I liked the time travel stuff. Feels like I'd enjoy my time watching it more if I was watching it with friends or family. I can't remember the exacts. Also, I've got to watch the entire MCU phases 1 to 3. Okay, the Ultimate Spider-Man Multiverse story arcs. The first one I thought was good, but a bit silly and stupid in some areas. Same with the second one. It felt like different shades. It's Spider-Man, but this time he's a cartoon pig. This time he's a detective, set in what we stereotyped the noir film as, which is the 1920s or 30s apparently. The second one was good. It had returning cast members, plot developments in the other universes, and in Evil Spider-Man. Also, Peter Parker in that Ultimate Spider-Man looked like he was gonna, like, commit some kind of massacre based on his hairstyle. It was a bit silly in a childish way, which, those moments just kind of sucked. Overall, I'd say I enjoyed it, but I prefer the 90s cartoon or Spectacular Spider-Man over it. Should've watched its finale as well. Smallville's not on here, fine. I'll talk about it now. I watched the Brainiac fight in Smallville, which then led to a Lex Luthor fight. Then I watched the finale. I liked both of them. Overall, I'll watch Smallville eventually. Overall, the final battle of Smallville was against Lex Luthor's possessed father, which, the fights just sucked in that show. It was just sped up flight scenes of, just, they weren't good. Just, character writing's good, the fights were not good at all. Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I liked it. I liked the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I enjoyed the new endings. I liked its satire on the current state of the video game industry. Overall, pretty good. I revisited a YouTuber named Pitmarth Roy that I watched back in like 2015. And I think it was like the first YouTuber I encountered that was, well, yeah, he was essentially like made walkthrough guides on games from the 5th and 6th generation of consoles. Well, no, 6th and 7th. No, 5th, 6th, and 7th mainly. Yeah, long story short, I discovered through a video he made that he's like, oh, this guy's in the My Little Pony fan base. Oh, good. Why was everyone in that back then? He made a collab channel that I discovered in December, and oh boy, I do not want to watch the stuff on that collab channel. It looks very much like I'd watch it if I were like a teen in the first half of the 2010s, and into the trends of that time. I would have watched it if those specific criteria was met. But oh yeah, thankfully I wasn't. Oh boy. Thankfully. Because that would have been weird and embarrassing. No worries, TikTok's even weirder and even more embarrassing now, so they just get stupider and weirder as they go. Overall, I thought his YouTube channel was great. I definitely said it's like, I wouldn't watch it for the fun of watching it. Like, the walkthroughs he made were pretty good walkthrough guides. Like, he sounded like he knew what he was talking about. He gave good advice as far as walkthroughs go. I think one of my Smash Bros. Brawl stages is a direct copy of his, and I credited him in his description. Overall, it's a good YouTube channel. I found his live stream channel eventually. Overall, I'd recommend checking him out. Alright, then I did Computer Science 107. Messed up early on, had to drop it. Man, then I took it again later. I dropped it in like a couple weeks later. Oh yeah, then I went on a weird binge of every cartoon appearance of Thanos. The Silver Surfer one was not what I expected. It wasn't an Infinity Gauntlet thing. The one in Avengers Assemble was good, but the one in Superheroes Club was crappy. Then I had to watch a whole stupid story arc with, oh, I'm the Silver Surfer. Oh, I am badly characterized. I am now evil. Blah, blah, blah. I am not evil for a reason. Because plot. The fight against him was bad. Like, they fought him, they sent him out of the universe. He came back, then he separated himself. Then, like, they did the thing where they took the stones, and it sucked. Overall, the comedy in that show was bad. Generally, they all did the same stupid thing of, oh, Thanos is gone, this guy's the Infinity Gauntlet, tune in next time. No. I don't even know what Ultron does, I don't care either. Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 2 is slightly better. Still did not like watching it. I was able to sit through it quite easier. Overall, it was good. Or, no, better. Just kind of meh, instead of just bad. Off-brand mobile trash 13 and 14. 13 was filler I made to start, just to hold off 14. Then when I made 14, I just got bored and hated it. It just kind of sucked. Just everything was dull, boring, and just like no one put effort into the mobile games. They sucked. Oh yeah, and in 14 I had to make a My Little Pony original character. I forget, I remember what I named them. I want to forget that. I want to forget they exist. Oh well. Also, I guess Ethan named my Sonic OC for me because I don't care about the OC and I wanted to get it named. Either way, that was stupid. I got bored and made it look less crappy. Off-brand mobile trash 15 is just bad fake Mario games. My plans for the finale are just do a bunch of bad TV games. I'll draw on my Blu-ray player and the smart TV. Pokemon Black. I enjoyed that game. The story was good till the near end. It got difficult and I enjoyed it. Overall, I'd recommend it if it didn't cost an arm and a leg because somehow these highly selling games have scalpers. How? I'll buy X and the other 3DS games before it's too late. At some point, I bet money in a Super Bowl with my family and I somehow won a bunch of money. I'm not giving you the amount. I'm not stupid enough to do that. Overall, I filmed a video where I was excited. It's unlisted on my YouTube channel. You can find it in a playlist. Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 3. I legitimately liked this season. It had some good storylines. My favorite episode was the one about, like, the political struggles with Padme. I forget the exact, but, like, it involved the banks and stuff of that type, and how it would make the war worse. They wanted peace. It showed life under the Separatists, and how it was just normal. The one was like Anakin and the two Force embodiments. Where they had to fight this evil Force guy after he kills a good guy, and he tricks Anakin, helping him by showing him the future. Anakin seeing the future and being tricked by the evil guy, it was so good. Like, I liked the writing there. It was pretty good, but it was not amazing. It was getting close to something. I watched Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. I liked it. Wasn't a favorite, but it was still pretty good. April Fool's Day, I went crazy with people and just used central text to screw with them with links to stupid stuff. I set Mom's TV to some garbage show I don't remember what it was. All I remember is that I found a glimpse I caught one of the villains had stupid shadow powers. I don't know what they did. I don't care to know what they did. I also gave the remote batteries, which I undid because they got shocked and annoyed. I also put fake dog pee and real dog poop on a cut up plastic bag, then put that on her bed. I'm making a hunt for the remote batteries next year. I also beat the challenge board in Smash Bros. Brawl. It was hard, I just had to grind out stickers. I still need like 10 trophies though, that's stupid, oh well. I bought the DLC in Smash Ultimate after putting a lot of thought into it. And I beat the DLC Spirit Boards all the way, and Adventure on the hardest difficulty. That was really fun, I liked doing it. I almost beat the challenge board in Ultimate. I'm gonna get 50 wins in online mode, which... I'm gonna get 50 Smash tags, which I'll hate that, but like, I'll buy the next Switch Online in a bit later, sometime this year, and just try and do it. I beat Smash Bros. For Wii U's final boss on 8.0 3 times, and then once on 9.0, which means I technically beat it. I don't have the no death achievement, but I don't care to go for that because I beat the final boss on the hardest setting. I liked all its forms and how it became a fortress in the end. It was good. I enjoyed it. Tried this 3DS, couldn't do it. I beat the Henry Stickmin collection. I don't know if that was... I beat the Henry Stickmin collection. I do not know if that was this year or last year. It was funny. I enjoyed it. It was a fun time. I can't tell you anything specific about it. I also, after that, I did remember some disgusting thing on Adult Swim that I caught. Disgusting this morning. It's going to be a very touchy subject. Thus, it'll be the final thing I talk about in the video. So, this is a prelude to my next point. So, if you do not like touchy subjects, go to part 2 now. Because I'm too lazy to do timestamps. So, I remember on Adult Swim, back a while ago, catching an episode of an anime where a small child that could summon a knight is being chased naked through a house by a buff man with an axe while carrying someone who was turned into a fetus. I hunt down what that is. It's from something called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which I've heard is a good piece of media. I sit down to watch it on my phone. I had to stop when someone walked in so no one could catch me watching it because I'm not explaining that to someone. No way am I doing that. Like, how do you escape that situation? No. Overall, like, mock the thing aggressively. Like, what is wrong with this? Why would you make this? Why am I watching this? Like, it felt like it was either made by creepy people or just deranged people. Overall, it was not badly written. Just like the problem is that, well, yeah, like the creepy elements that you could just take out and nothing with the story would change. Do that and it'd be like not that bad, really. Okay, thus ending part 1. Join me next time. We talk about other stuff. Goodbye for now.